Hold on. Hold on.
Ain't nobody want to see that?
Right. I'll
All right,
put
how
this
do I
down for
change my, how do I
temporarily.
change my green screen?
Give me 1 second.
No, that's
Go
not
to
it.
interaction. Just click on your little screen.
I just fucked up everything.
I was going to say, you put us into like 15 guest mode. What the
Yeah,
hell?
like what did I just do? Clear display? No, that's not it.
Steve had to done that. He's the host.
No, y'all are
I did
mods.
it.
Y'all can touch this stuff.
Yeah, like I did it. All right, so I'm in my all right, I'm out for
Oh, hold on. How in the world did Brian screw this up? There we go. I fixed it.
It's pretty easy to do.
I fixed it. Which is funny because it took me 15 freaking tries to try to figure that out the last time and couldn't do it.
Okay, this isn't matching up. Hold up.
Oh, goodness.
Give me a second.
Technical difficulties.
I shared.
shut off my fucking headphones. All right, maybe that's a little bit better. All right.
Goodness.
So how do I do this fucking green screen, bro?
Okay, you go to
I'm inside
you
it
click
right
on
now.
your background, or you click on you.
Yep.
Oh,
Do I hit camera first?
hold on. Hit enhance.
I don't know what enhance is.
Should be on the bottom of your screen.
I just have a microphone.
Okay, click that.
It mutes me.
Okay, so, click on your profile picture. Go to
Yeah.
the camera button.
Yes.
Go
Okay,
Go
I
down
got
to
it.
effects.
Yes.
What's up, Steve? I noticed Black Swan went live on her own thing, so
Yeah,
Right.
she was asking like when we're going live, and I was like, we're setting it up right now. All right.
Do.
All right. Where do I go? I'm in effects.
scroll through your thing, hit the search button, type in green screen.
There is no search button.
Oh my bro.
Oh, we're just having all kinds of troubles.
Bro, I'm telling you, I got no search button, bro.
Okay, so down there in effects, just go to the thing that's got the green screen with the guy in front of it waving.
I have no green screen guy that's waving, bro. No joke.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, jeez.
I'm telling you, bro. I swear to God.
We're professionals here.
I found green screen. All right. Dave, why do I have a white outline around myself, bro?
Well, that's because you picked the wrong one. But that's
Because you're
hey, that's
hewing it out.
that's uniform, so at least we're good here.
Okay, someone sent an invite to Swan.
I did like twice.
That's fine.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, sir.
Hey, everyone. Thanks, Hayden.
Okay.
Wait, that's... Bro, you're going to get me
Sure.
banned for saying something inappropriate. Stop. You're illuminating.
I know, bro.
There we go.
I got
Hold
pickle
up.
shine, bro.
Hold up. Wait. Here we go. Hey!
sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Listen.
Hey, you did not miss a thing.
I went live thinking that I was being pulled in that way because I've done a podcast before and I had to go live and then they did whatever they did and pulled me in. So I apologize.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do that in the future. It's just haven't figured that out yet.
It is all good.
But you missed 5 minutes of technical difficulty, so you missed absolutely nothing.
Technical problems.
All right, so welcome to Bowlers Helping Bowlers. Today's guest, like I said in my one video, is ALANA Reed. You might not know ALANA Reed, but you do know Black Swan.
You do. You definitely do.
So, I'm going to go a little bit off script because this is one of the things I've always been curious about, especially with your profession and what you do for a living.
Okay.
Do your two personalities intermingle? Do your students know you bowl, or is this like a true alter ego type of thing?
Okay, so a handful of them do know that I bowl. In fact, last year it was like a major thing, but I didn't make it a thing this year. But when they do find me, I block them because they don't need to be watching me live.
I was going to say, I wonder if they know or if this is like a Bruce Wayne, Batman, Superman, Clark Kent type situation.
No, because last year they used to bet. Like, they would bet on how I would do on my series, and they could win Dolphin Dollars for it. But we didn't do it this year. I had an interesting bunch of kids, so I was just like, no.
Well, I know how I was in school, and I would have been all about placing degenerate gambles.
Yes, it's all good.
But I would have been on the good side. I'd be like, I'm going to just say you're going to shoot 800 every week until you finally do it.
Listen, one of them would always say I would shoot like 799. I'm like, bro, I hadn't even shot 700 at that point. So I was like, calm down. And so when I shot 700, I was like, I'm bringing you a cupcake. Like, this is happening.
Oh, Steve's not glowing. Brian is glowing.
Yeah, he is.
He's just illuminating.
Yeah.
Yep.
Too much pickle.
All right, so now we can go to the
Radiation.
basic type. We can go to the basic type questions. How long have you been bowling, and what got you into it?
Okay, so I've been bowling now for 8 years. We're officially at summer, so I can say 8 years. Lance and I went on a date night 8 years ago. There was a bowling alley. It had dollar bowling. We were like, all right, let's go bowl. What he didn't know is that I bowled for like a year or two when I was little, so I kind of had the basics down, and he didn't. Bowled, and we had a good time. So we went back, and then we went back again, and the next thing you know, we were buying balls and shoes and the whole 9 yards, and here we are.
I was going to say, and that's the other thing is we are keeping along with the trend on our podcast. In case y'all didn't know, Black Swan is also a swag staffer.
I am. Let's go. Hashtag swag, baby.
Hashtag put some swag in your bag.
Yes, do that right now. Right now.
So, unfortunately, I thought I was going to be the biggest swag person on the podcast.
Not
Little
today.
dude underneath me here
I know. Brian's buying more balls than I am.
has already got a full swag bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
I'm getting there. I'm getting the Unreal at the end of the summer.
I'm gonna pick up probably 3 more in the next month or so. So it's a good time.
I was going to say, you got them top secret balls coming, though.
I don't know about
So,
all that, but we're getting there.
and you're out of Jax, Florida,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
DeVille,
Yes.
Duval County.
Duval.
Brax has got a good question for y'all.
Okay, where are we at?
Favorite swag ball for all those who use them.
So I'm one of those people who gets a new ball, so I'm like all about that new ball, and I'm like, oh, that's the best ball ever. So I did that for a little while with the Black Dragon, which I still do love. And but I pulled back out my Archive Solid, and it's just been my best friend. It's been me and her, and we're just out here killing it. So I have to say,
And that's
Archive Solid.
and that's the bubblegum ball, right?
Yes, we call her Pepto.
Maybe let Pickles borrow it. He may need it.
Oh, God.
I would say after he does the pickle challenge, he's probably going to need some Pepto.
Well, I talked to my
Two of
doctor. That's not a good idea.
Okay.
You're gonna have to have like 100 pickles, probably 2 shots of Pepto for every 10.
Oh my God.
Bro.
That's wild.
But as far as me, I only have one swag ball right now, and it's the Dragon, and I got it because Swan's like, with your rev rate and how you throw the ball, you are absolutely gonna love this ball, and good God Almighty.
It's an excellent ball. I do love it.
I shot a 655 when I post bowled this last week for the Mulligan League, throwing only the Black Dragon.
It's an excellent ball.
Yeah, for
Smoother, more controlled, very, very widow shape, and I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah, it's a really good ball.
For me, I'd still have to say it's my Craze Pearl, the very first one I got, because it was able to open up my game. I wasn't having to fight so far left, because as soon as you get so far left, you're trapping yourself in the corner. As soon as I got that Pearl Craze, I was able to move a lot farther right and play a lot straighter of an angle. And it changed a lot for me in the last month.
That is awesome. I love that.
And we have yet to break Cobra's swag virginity, I think, so.
You're gonna get there.
Maybe.
I think you just fell
I'm
off.
picky. I'm picky. I like what I like.
Yeah.
Well, Waniac, I will tell you they're the most affordable high-performance balls on the market, so they're the easiest ones to break into without spending a ton of money.
Yeah.
If you go to like a Craze Solid or a Fusion, dude, you're only spending probably 160 drilled.
Yep.
160, 170 drilled.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
And the Craze Solid would be like very like IQ Tourish if you're wanting something to compare it to. Something very smooth, very controlled, but it retains enough to still have some pop in the back.
Yep.
IQ Tour Solid, Joel. Okay.
I get discounts already, so I mean, I just bought a purple hammer for I think $90, so brand new. So I mean,
We know
I get,
nothing on the market's going to be like an IQ Tour AI.
but
But
I
if
get
I had to have a
discounts.
comp ball, the comp ball would be
man.
the IQ Tour Solid. But also, seeing that we got some of the yes or no IQ slander will be tolerated. We got
let's
some
move
of
on to
the
next
some of the crew from Joel's podcast here. We will ask the Butchie questions. Your thoughts on Bolero?
Listen, okay, so I bowl in Valero every Friday. It's my Friday house. It's my actual home alley right now. It's okay. I'll say it's okay. It's the house that has the least amount of foil, which actually makes me look the best because I don't have any rev rate. So I don't mind bowling there, but a lot of people don't like it because they have too many revs and they're all playing from 40, and I'm just like, down and in, here we go. So, I don't know. It has its pros and cons. Yeah.
I agree there. It has its place.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
It has its place, and some people don't like its place, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, some people don't like the girls. It's fine.
We were joking that we were gonna force Butchie to bring to come to the TikTok takeover and bowl in a Bolero because that's where we were gonna put it. But one of our houses here in St. Louis is actually full set up for a streaming studio. Like every pair records, and I'm like, if I could get there, that is easily solving half our problems.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So with the Bolero collection, I know you throw on string pins. What's your full honest opinion about string pins all across the board?
Okay, so when I first got on string pins, I absolutely hated them, but I also was like half trash. So made a lot of like improvements in the last year. So we now have 2 houses that are string pin houses. One I like more than the other. Um, it's really about just adjusting to how the pins carry. Like for me, a lot of times I have to be high in the pocket in order to hit. If I'm flush,
Yes.
I'm gonna leave a corner. So it's really no different than freeform, but you still have to really dial in and find your place on it.
Yeah, again, I preface this every week when I talk about strings. There is a huge difference between outlaw string and edge strings that are certified. There is not a huge difference in edge. It's going to make you a little more accurate because they're not going to get as good of an explosion and pin carry
Right.
as you on free fall. But you get far less miraculous string pin fall.
Yes.
Now, you bowl on outlaw, you could be standing there watching a 7-pin staring you right in the face, and all of a sudden it magically just drops.
Yep.
That I don't like.
Yeah.
So I can see the hate on the outlaw, but I think the opinion on the edge certified strings is way overblown.
And I think it kind of balances itself out. There's a lot of things that don't carry that would normally carry, and then there's things that just fall that shouldn't carry because of the strings. But I will say I average at least 10 pins less on strings than I do on freeform. So it is what it is. And I don't know, maybe it's because I don't practice at the string house. Like all my practice is all on freeform, so or free falls. So I don't know. Maybe it's a me thing.
But Joel just brought up a legitimate fact. There is less Messenger Mondays on string pins.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
it's a learning. It's a whole different process. 100%. I mean, from just the one time I bowled on them, you realize what you can get away with and what you can't get away with really quickly.
Someone asked, Riot City Bowler said, what are my goals? Right now, to just keep being a little bit better than I was the day before. And I think that's one of the questions that y'all had for me. But I really just want to be better. My goal for this year was to hit a 200 average, and I did do that, so that's good.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So I really just want to keep working on my craft, figuring out how to get more rev rates and that kind of thing. So I want to be able to go anywhere and throw the ball and have success. That's really what I want. So that's my goal for this coming season.
Now, the other question I have now is that seeing the PWBA has gone ahead and discontinued their exclusivity and opened it up for more women to be able to compete in their events.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on bowling PWBA events in the Southeast?
Maybe. Again, I want to have a really solid game before I even really think about doing that. You guys see all the good stuff because I post all the good stuff. But I have good days and I have bad days. I need more good days than bad days before I really think about doing that. So yeah.
I was gonna say we've all been in a Swan live stream where she's like, "All right, just shut up, don't talk to me, let me figure this out on my own."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the females are here actually on a striker team in Fort Lauderdale. Technically, I guess it might be plantation. This next week.
That's awesome. Yeah, we'll see about the PWBA in the future.
How far are you traveling right now for tournament?
How far am I traveling? I have traveled to Douglasville to bowl. I was supposed to be going to Texas this weekend, but that's not going to happen. I do a lot of stuff down in Orlando. I'll go further south than that if I need to, because I'm up in Jackson. But I'll do Georgia. I'll do South Carolina. Especially during the summer, I ain't got nothing to do, so I can travel.
You can make it to the other states quicker than you get all the way down here.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's very true because in the Ville, you're barely in Florida.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, barely. We're the first, well, one of the first exits. So, yeah. Yeah.
All right, excuse me. I had to be unprofessional there for a minute.
It's all good.
Um, I have to ask you, pet peeves of bowling. And I know I saw what happened, or what Meld happened.
Wait, what are we talking about?
What is your biggest pet peeve of bowling?
Oh, my biggest pet peeve: people not bowling when they're supposed to bowl. Like it drives me nuts to the point of where I've filed a grievance before. Like it really makes me mad. Like please go when your name is on the screen, please. It was a whole thing last year. This was before y'all knew me. It was a whole thing where this woman would not go when it was her time because she was harassing people on another lane. And she was,
God.
like super, super drunk. And I had some words with the president and some other people, and it became a whole thing. And it was a meeting afterwards. And yeah, it was a lot. I don't like that. Like when it's your turn to go, please go. Just go. Just go.
I was to say I do remember one of the very first lives I got in with you.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy who would disappear and then come back and basically bowl back-to-back frames, and it was driving you absolutely up the wall.
I hate it with a passion.
Yeah, that's rude.
Yeah, I hate that.
What about any musty smells?
Oh my God! Please, Brian, please. Yesterday was diabolical. Oh my gosh. Oh, it just sent me back, and I didn't like that.
When you got two, that makes it even
That
worse.
was a lot.
I'm dead.
Especially when I had to like walk back through, I was just like, oh my gosh. Please.
That's terrible.
What's one thing you would tell young bowlers?
Ooh, about bowling? Man. Practice and develop your own style. Don't be the next person.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good answer.
Yeah, because it's so many different styles of bowling out there, and everybody wants to bowl like this person or that person. I feel like every time I try to change my style and do something, I just take a mini dive off the cliff. So I said, forget it. This is me. I'm just gonna bowl the way I bowl and do the best that I can with it. That's all I got.
The other thing that I'd always recommend, especially for younger bowlers, is learn to target.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't learn how to target at the bowling alley until I was like 19 years old. For the first 2 or 3 years, they're like, "What do you look at?" I'm like, the pocket," and my hand just goes there. And I was like a 180 bowler then, and I'm like, how in the world were you a 180 bowler when you had no idea where the ball was going?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes a huge difference.
And the other good point is become one with your spare ball. That is the fastest way for averages to go up, is to convert spares and leave less open frames.
Yep. 100%.
And I know I'm preaching to my own choir. Shush, everybody's thinking it. I know. Still happens.
Yeah.
Your boy's still a 75, 80% spare shooter.
That's better than most. That is better than most.
You ain't gotta worry
But I'm
about
that type of
spares if you
person.
play 9-pin.
I'm that type of person who will look up in the sixth and go, okay, I got 80 in the sixth. If I strike out, I can still shoot right around 2. We're okay there.
Right.
And then rattle off 6 in a row.
Yes, but you got to do it. Like you got to get all 6.
Yeah. We're notorious for that. I actually, the first week of the Mulligan League, I threw 30 clean, and I was like, wait, this does not happen. What did I just do? Yep. Now, I only averaged like 212, 215 because I didn't string up a 4-bagger or a 5-bagger like I usually do, but I didn't sacrifice pins because there was an open frame.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, okay, this is weird. Like, I'll be that type of person who throws a clean game and shoots a 2-0, and I'm like, God, this was the most boring 200 game ever.
The struggle time. I like it. I like it. I'm just not
But
here to
that's-
get my 5-piece every week.
Okay, you brought it up. So let's hear the origin story of this.
You want to know about the 5-piece? Okay, so the 5-piece actually originated with someone else, whose name I will not mention. But he has the 5-piece Friday, and I was all on top of 5-piece Friday every Friday, like clockwork. So anyways, when that all disintegrated, I started doing chicken pieces. And so we started making the meals, and we flavored our chicken, and here they are. We stopped being Fridays. It was just whenever I felt like posting, and that became so. We
And
have
now
done
we're at buttery
like
biscuits.
yeah, we've done all the flavors. Now we've got buttery biscuits. We do our fruits. We do our sides. We do desserts. Whatever. And here we are. So it's Friday. My favorite, lemon pepper. I don't know what your favorite is, but I've probably done it.
Garlic parm.
Garlic parm, baby.
Yep, I've done those. Yep.
100%. Garlic parm.
Garlic parm's my jam.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I,
Korean
like
barbecue.
I was telling you when we first started talking, Swan, I was like, I like 5-piece whatever a whole lot more than I like somebody yelling Yahtzee at 5 in a row. So
Right.
I take it.
I know that's right. I'll have to come up with some more flavors.
Okay, so another thing that we have that we pony off of on our little formatter sheet, which we very loosely stick to around this show.
As you can see.
What is the most unique / weird thing you've ever seen at a bowling alley?
Listen, like I saw that question and I was just like, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't think of anything, and I said I was going to think about it today, and I didn't think about it today. But just people dress funny in the bowling alley. People like dress for bowling in the bowling alley, and it
Yes.
really
You're not wrong. You're
because
not wrong.
we had league a few weeks ago, and this lady just had her cheeks all the way out, and I was like, "Ma'am, there's kids in here. Like, what are we doing?" And she should not have had her cheeks out.
Oh,
And
she wasn't juicy?
Y'all know how big I am. She was like twice my size, and her cheeks were fully exposed. And I was like,
Oh, Lord.
"Please stop! Please don't do this ever again." So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
See, okay, that just came to me because I know where your half Mercy came from because I watch the same guy on Facebook.
Yeah.
The next 5-piece, you're gonna have to be like, put 5 of them on my plate. Have
Oh my
mercy.
gosh, have mercy. That is-
He done wrap the bacon in the put 3
Yay.
of them on my plate.
Yes.
Have mercy.
Yes, I'm doing this. This is happening.
One guy in our Tuesday night league wears a half chicken costume while he
Oh,
bowls.
bro.
What?
I shit you not.
Oh my
I love the guy to death. He follows all of us and occasionally asks all of us questions. But if I saw James Ferret bowling at a bowling alley, that would be the answer to the weirdest thing I'd ever seen at a bowling alley. Love you, my guy, but I'd be staring at you and kind of asking myself some questions.
That is good stuff. I love it. I don't know. There's not. Everything here is weird, so I can't even pinpoint a thing. Like I bowl with Pajama Man on Wednesdays, and he has a different kind of pajamas every week. So that's always.
I was saying,
I've seen
there's
it.
the drop dime from Tony,
Yeah.
Pajama Man.
Yeah. So we love him. He's a good time.
All right,
I
I
was
gotta
gonna say,
ask
I have-
Steven, what mascot did you dress up and bowl in?
I have seen somebody dress up as a cat and bowl as a cat,
What?
tail and all.
That's
That's
crazy.
weird.
Yeah. I mean, I guess when people do like the Halloween things, you've probably seen all kinds of stuff.
Oh no, it was just random Sunday.
No, that's weird.
probably part of the norm nowadays, but okay.
Right.
Just random Sunday, I look over to my left and I'm like, do I see what I see?
Right. Wow.
Bold as a pin. Okay.
Oh wow.
Man, you're lucky they didn't try to knock you down.
The guy in Halloween
the
costume
original
contest just won because of that this past year.
the original mock-up for this actually said bowlers bowling bowlers. So, and I was telling Brian, I said, well, if I bowled a bowler, I would carry more because there's more mass covering the pins.
And thank you, Brett, for editing that out.
Yes. One of two logos that we're probably going to use. This is going to be the main background for the lives for the logo. My new profile picture is the secondary logo. Unfortunately, we're not using that because all three of us, when we're center screened, you cannot see the picture, the logos for Brian and Cobra. They get blocked out, and the only thing you see is cartoon me, and you have a hard enough time looking at me to begin with. So
It sounds about right.
That is good.
We'll play the fifth.
What's up, Butchie?
hey, I know me. I got a face made for radio. You don't want to stare at this. It's okay. What up, Richie?
My mirror turns backwards when I walk in front of it. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
But I also do want to start getting jerseys with this logo instead of a ball logo.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of do a little DGAB with our own jerseys.
I like it. I like it.
So we're gonna have to talk to a jersey company. And sorry, I'm not talking to Bolify. I had 2 years of not a whole lot of fun at Bolify. So
Okay. Whatever. Whatever floats your boat.
That would sell.
I mean, I'm eternally grateful to Bolify. They were my first jersey contract. But at the end of it, I was ready for it to not be renewed and go our separate ways.
All right. Well, for everybody else, www.bolify.com. Please use my code Black Swan to get
I was gonna say
$50 order.
promo code Black
I don't know what
Swan.
Steve's got going on, but I like my jerseys. So.
No, it was just Steve was ready to be independent, and I want to.
Okay.
And I want to experience another company before I eventually, if I do go back to Bolify, I want to experience a different taste before I go back.
I understand.
Miss Swan, dude down here's talking to you, Brian. He said hello.
Yes, I see that. I was just saying hey to him.
So do you have any questions for us?
Do I have any questions for you guys?
Right.
Brian, are you bowling jams?
I am not. I'm going to be doing. I've got 2 tournaments coming up that are going to be local in the next couple months. I'm starting up league again. I'm doing 2 nights of league for all summer league.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing right now. I want to get some surface area on those swag and get those things figured out before I actually start doing a little bit more travel. But I am planning on traveling up north and doing some more stuff up north.
I like it.
I was gonna say Labor Day weekend.
That's when it is. That's jam.
Oh well, Labor Day weekend's also the time I'm.
Yeah,
It's also the time I'm planning the.
That's why I'm like, I don't know.
I would say that's also the weekend I'm trying to plan the TikTok takeover.
Oh, well, I'm already set up for jam, so I can't do that. That stinks. I mean, I'm only bowling Saturday, Sunday, though, so if it goes into... No, I'm not. Yeah, because that's a...
I was gonna say, Swan, we love you, but don't come all the way up to St. Louis for one day.
Can't do it. No.
Even I'm going, not worth it.
Yeah. But next time.
Oh,
Don't be
we're gonna
Labor
definitely...
Day and don't be the end of July.
Well, my thing was with Labor Day, especially with everybody flocking into the St. Louis area, I figured everybody could use the extra travel day on Monday.
I like it. That's smart. Well, I do have some TikTokers coming in to bowl with me for jam. So DJ Smooth will be there. everybody's favorite moderator. Anna's going to be there. Chris Horton, Beezy, he's God's plan on here. I have a lot of people that are going to come bowl with me, so I'm excited about it.
That's cool.
That was the coolest thing about Nationals this past week was I actually got stopped by people. They're like, dude, I watched the podcast. I watch your live streams. I'm like, me?
Right.
Okay. Appreciate you.
That happened to me last year when I went to the Sunshine Challenge in Orlando. I was just, there to bowl, doing my thing, and people were like, Black Swan. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but hey. They're like, we follow you. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
But yeah, I posted one of my recaps, and one of the guys is like, dude, I was on the pair next to you. I'm like, I'm an everyday dude. Come say something.
Right. That's how I was. Like when I met Kat and I met Reggie, I was just like, don't fangirl. Just say hey. Just say hey, y'all. Hey. So now I'm in that same predicament. People are like, hey. And I'm like, oh, hey. It's all good. You can talk to me. I'm just a regular person.
Right. But future reference for people that come and approach us, tell us your TikTok handle so we know who you are. It makes it a little less awkward.
Yes. That is so true.
I won't guarantee. I won't say that's probably my brother and just keep walking.
But I mean, in all honesty, TikTok is what actually brought me and Gobert together. He lives in Cincinnati. I had family there, and I was visiting, and we started bowling together, and that's how this all kind of got started.
I would say that was it. That was the genesis story.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok has been such a great platform to grow and meet so many people. I've met so many people in the last year that I would never have had the chance to meet because I would have been there, but I wouldn't actually get to interact with these people.
Yeah.
What's up, Aaron?
So which is kind of leading me to my next question. How are you getting you're fabulous. We know that. But how are you getting the following in your lives? Because the people that show up to your lives is phenomenal.
Yes.
So, what I will say is that I was very anti-TikTok for a long time. And you guys don't know this, but I am an influencer of all types of products. And one of the things I had to do was to post a video on TikTok. And I was like, I don't even have TikTok. So I downloaded it, I posted my video or whatever. But I saw people were bowling on TikTok. And I was like, what is this? This is a brand new world to me. So I created my own TikTok bowling page separate from my influencer page. And, I went live. I think my first live was the Sunshine Challenge last year. Had no idea what I was doing. I just plugged it all up, and people were like, "You can't see anything," and I was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." From there, I had a few people. It would be like 5 or 6 people, but it started becoming like the same 5 or 6 people each time, and they just really quickly became more family than anything. They literally showed up every time I went live. From there, they would invite their friends, and it was just grown and grown and grown. And for me, I think a big thing is just having a decent personality and talking to people and reading people and just letting people know, I'm your average 195, 200 average bowler, so I'm not out here doing anything crazy. I'm just having a good time. So if you're here having a good time, we can have a good time together. And it's just kind of a fun thing. So
that's exactly how mine started. I'm like, look, I'm going to be unfiltered. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. You're lucky I'm mic'd up.
Yes. And for me, I'm live, whether I'm bowling good, bowling bad, it doesn't matter. I'm having a good time.
Well, yeah, how many times, especially when my old house was closing, did you guys hear me go, well, this is embarrassing?
Right. They're not putting out oil and they're not doing the things that you used to. It makes a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I just like talking to people. I love being around people that I love talking to people. I don't necessarily like being around people, but I like talking to people.
All right,
So-
I'm gonna go on mute for a. I'm gonna mute my mic for a couple of minutes because I'm gonna go watch my kids play a little bit of baseball. So just carry it on for me for a minute.
All right. But yeah, that's really my thing. I enjoy the interactions with everybody. And the worst thing for me is going into somebody's live and they're live, but they don't talk. I will not.
I've noticed that in a few lives that I've picked up in the past like week that they just do not interact, and like, you could just type hello and you get like nothing back, and it's like there's no engagement there. Like why would you stick around to watch that live? No one's gonna stick around to watch that live.
Right. Because everybody wants to be seen, heard, and their name across the live.
Of course.
To feel a part of something. Everybody wants to be a part of something.
Yes.
I mean that's a whole part of engagement. I mean,
Yeah.
all right. So this kind of leads to another good question. I see a lot of on TikTok where you'll see certain bowlers that only follow like a very low amount of numbers, but they have a ton of followers.
Mm-hmm.
What is their incentive to not follow other bowlers? Like,
I don't know, because I've actually been a bowler that has followed somebody and like they just didn't follow back, and I thought that was weird. I always look at pages and I'm like, okay, you're a bowler, I will follow you. Like I'll be on the way home and I'm telling Lance, I'm like, hey, we got 20 new followers tonight. Let's see how many of them are bowlers. And I always follow the bowlers back because, you know, we're bowlers helping bowlers. But there are some people who are, I don't want to say conceited, but it kind of is for you to, you know, think you're above everybody else or whatever. So it is what.
Well,
I don't know if it's like a numbers game, but I mean, I've even said it like to my wife, like I don't understand, like in the bowling community, we all support each other. Like everywhere I've gone to bowl, didn't matter how fresh I was or how long I was out of bowling.
Right.
Like everyone was there to support. But then, I mean, I see part of it on TikTok that we're all definitely trying to help each other out.
Right.
But then you see some people that just, I mean, you'll engage, and you get like nothing back.
Yes. It's very interesting. I don't know why that is, but I support people who support me at the end of the day. You know, if you're in my live, I'm going to be in your live as much as I can be. Sometimes it seems like it's rough because when there's 15 to 20 people live at the same time, because, you know, I follow other bowlers, you know, I just try to pop into everybody's live because I'm like, you guys have spent, you know, hours with me. I got to try to get back and see what you're doing. So,
I mean, my first memory with you was pencil in the leg situation.
Yes. Woo, I'm so glad that's over with. Oh my God.
no more pencil situations?
Not as of late, but
good.
you know.
That's good.
Yeah. We'll see what this next bunch of kids do.
I mean, how many people haven't got stabbed in the leg with a pencil?
Listen, it happened twice within like 3 weeks, so I didn't get it, but
definitely a victim. But also retaliated. We're not going to say names. I still remember his name though. Preston, you know.
Yeah. So I don't know. Some bowlers are just weird, and it just is what it is. Like I said, I support everybody that supports me, and even those who don't support me. Some of them, I just like to watch them bowl because they're good bowlers. So it is
do you hear a lot of I'm just saying this because I've noticed it in a couple of lives that I was in. I hear a lot of like background like noise about disses on two-handed bowlers to one-handed bowlers. Do you hear a lot of that?
I do have some people that come into my live and will be like, "Oh, nobody's bowling two-handed today, so I guess I can watch you." And I'm like, "Who cares if they're bowling one-handed or two-handed? You can bowl with your foot. I don't care." Like everybody has their own unique style, so what is the issue? I don't
bowl with your foot.
Get it. I don't care if you have one finger, 5 fingers in the ball, whatever. Have a good time. Bowl your game. It doesn't.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it scores the same.
Style.
Right. As long as they all fall down,
Yes.
all that matters.
Yes.
Have fun while you're doing it.
That part.
Don't be the
when it's
person
your
that's
turn.
kicking the ball return. The ball return didn't do anything to you.
That really.
That.
Yeah.
Don't be the angry. Don't be the angry person. Like, just walk it off. Take it for the next shot.
Yes.
That's my pet peeve. 100%.
Yep. Yeah, Kelson, it happens. It happens. And it's, yep. Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So if you would start from scratch right now,
Mm-hmm.
what would you do different?
Man. Ooh. Thinking back on when I first started, I don't know. When I first started bowling, I was just bowling to just bowl. Like, it was more of a workout for me than anything. Like, me and Lance would go to the alley and bowl 15 games just to bowl. And it wasn't until somebody said, hey, when you go to practice, you need to practice something in particular and not just bowling as many games as you can. And it wasn't until that moment that the light bulb clicked off and I was like, oh, that's why I still suck. So once I finally realized, like, okay, you can't fix everything at once, it started to come together. So practicing with a purpose for sure would be a huge thing. I wish I would have learned to slide sooner because I was a planter and that changed my whole world. And there's still a lot of things that I don't know how to do and I'm working on it. So, yeah.
How long, like when you started basically like recreational to when you got into leagues, how long were you bowling for?
We did league that summer that we started bowling. So
That's awesome.
we were going to this alley, which is all but closed at this point. And we were doing our little dollar games. So it was like dollars on Sundays and Wednesdays or something. And when we were going on Sundays, there was a church league. And they were like, hey, it's a doubles league. Y'all should come bowl with us. And we were like, oh, okay. So we did. And we won. So that was really cool.
There it is.
Right. So then we joined a Wednesday league. And then we joined a Friday league. And, you know, we've just been going ever since. But even with all of that, I didn't really I won't say take it seriously, but like really get into it until like maybe 2 years ago. So it was just us bowling. Like I was 150 to 170 for the longest time. And then once I really like got into it and started like watching videos and practicing with a purpose and doing all these things, that's when I finally saw my average going up. So that was cool.
Steven, the Utah baller, asked, who do you look up to in the bowling world?
As in regular people or like pro people?
Anybody.
Anybody.
Because I read your answer on the sheet, so I already know that answer.
What did I don't even know what I put down. Like
You said you don't really have one, so that's why I said it could be
I
anybody.
really don't. Like there's a lot of people that I watch. I mean, I if you're a pro, in my opinion, like you know what you're doing. So I'm gonna watch you and I'm gonna learn something from you, no matter who you are. I don't even want to say favorites. Like even like before EJ got like really big, he was one of my favorite people to watch. So now when people say, "Oh, EJ's my favorite," I'm like, "But EJ was like really my favorite before he was like the best bowler in the world," you know. So, I mean, I could list off a bunch of people that I enjoy watching, but I don't have like a single one, you know. So that I can't really answer that question.
Yeah, and we all know bandwagon.
I get a lot of inspiration from watching some of the high schoolers bowl.
Mm-hmm. The kids
It's
are amazing. Yeah.
They're absolutely astounding, and not every coach in the school system are good. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but to see what they're doing without proper coaching is phenomenal.
It is. It really is. So I guess I could say some of my favorite bowlers are actually younger than I am. I've seen some of the kids that have, you know, come into adulthood and I've watched them and they're just amazing. Like the things that they do is absolutely amazing. Like we had a kid that went and won junior gold a few years back and to just watch him bowl, and even now, like as an adult, to see him bowl is just amazing. Like I wish I'd had the opportunity to bowl in my youth years, like for real, because I feel like I'd actually be kind of decent now. So yeah,
I don't know.
doing it.
I look at it. It wasn't your season yet.
I
It's your
guess it
season
wasn't.
now.
You know what happened was I tried to bowl. I bowled for like 1.5, 2 years, and they closed the bowling alley down. And the next closest bowling alley to me was too far for my mom to be trying to take me to. So I didn't pick it back up until I was 31. So here we are.
Yeah, see, that's what happened with us. We lived in an apartment complex, and across the street was a bowling alley, and then we moved to a different city or town, and it wasn't so accessible, and we kind of fell off. And then just what 2 years ago we started getting back into it.
Yeah.
But I kind of hold like a special piece to me for bowling, because me and my wife were going through a rough patch, and bowling actually brought us back together and taught us how to work as a team. So I mean, that's why we do it now. But
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, me and Lance bowl a lot of stuff together. Me and my husband. So that's always been like our thing too. Because it, started off as date night. So to still be doing it together after all these years is really cool.
Yeah. See, now me and Brian are the exact opposites. Our wives want nothing to do with the sport.
Yeah, facts.
talk about jump scare.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Which brings me to another
Pickles
point. I
about
was
spilled
just
some
about
of
to
his
say,
juice.
right, for real. You see, at least I've seen in the past few weeks, videos of, oh, it took me bowling for my first date. What an ick. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right? I've seen those posts. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
such shade.
Yes, it is. There's a lot. Yeah. I've been trying to get them to bowl with me at work, and they won't do it. And I'm like, guys, come on. I'll do a house ball if it makes you feel better. Please come bowl with me.
I'll put the bumpers up.
Yes.
The real team walker down there says, how can I become more consistent?
Practice.
Practice.
Got enough. Practice. I'm gonna go practice tomorrow, because every time I think I've got something down, I'm like, nope, that didn't work. Let's go practice again.
And don't
My
forget
thing
to
was
do the small drills too. The one-step drills. Don't think you're better than it anymore. Like,
I love them. I love them.
You need to reset yourself all the time. Like,
Yep.
period.
Yes.
my first goal when we started back was to stay in the lane. I didn't care the score. I just wanted to stay in the lane. I didn't want a gutter. I wanted a full game without a gutter, because gutters are your worst enemy when you first start bowling.
You don't hook.
Well, I don't know. Eastgates do, but some girl last night threw a backup ball. Some girl last night threw a backup ball, and it bounced into the gutter, bounced out, and she got a strike. I'm like, what?
That's crazy. And they say that the gray boards don't hook.
Right.
I don't have answers.
Scores increase dramatically when you keep the ball on the flat part.
Right.
Right.
We don't have gray boards. We have blue boards.
Oh my gosh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's good stuff.
I remember when I started bowling, and this is back in the 80s, like when I was a kid, the ball return was still above the lane. So you actually had balls rolling at you while you're throwing in mid-throw.
Yeah.
Taking your own score, projector screen over top.
Yep.
Classics. I don't mean to date myself, but
Right. What a time to be alive.
No, I legit want to create a bowling center and have at least a portion of the lanes where you still have to keep score manually on the projector.
That's yep.
and
In
honestly,
and out. His mama didn't teach him to close the door.
right. And then honestly, like even if you took away like the backdrop and you could actually see the mechanics of a pin setter and how everything works, I think that would be like probably like the best bowling center I could even imagine.
That would be pretty cool to see.
Kind of like the old school aspect, but still show all the mechanics of it.
I like that.
I don't know. My ADHD would be like, "Ooh, pin's moving."
No, see, I would want a bowling center like straight out of the Big Lebowski. Like early 1980s, just retro everything. I would live, breathe, eat, and die in that house.
I like that.
Okay, I've got one more. What is your first bowling memory? And mine's actually a heartbreaker.
Somebody here that looks by that name.
Yeah, my very first memory that I can remember crystal clear was my 5th birthday at a bowling alley, and nobody showed up.
That is heartbreaking.
Dang.
Aw. That's so bad.
I mean, how's she supposed to follow that?
I got nothing after that. What just
Bro,
happened?
you should have let her answer that first, bro.
Right,
Before you
yes.
just drop the fucking bomb.
Right, like, oh my god.
Damn, dude. No
Man,
Well, we can't
bro.
say nothing.
No segue.
I got nothing for that. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Like I said, well, I don't want to go all the way back to like, I guess that was middle school. Yeah, that was middle school. I mean, I guess I enjoyed my very first memories of bowling because I did it with my brother, so that was cool. And it was like a super mixed youth league, so there was like high schoolers and there was like us little people, so that was cool. But I don't have that sad story Steve just told. Like, Jesus. I don't have anything like that.
I don't know. I don't know how anyone could follow that up.
You really can't. Like, I should have made something up. Like I threw the ball and like my dog died or something. Sorry, Steve. Like, I don't know what to do here.
I showed up at the bowling alley. They made me dress up in a bunny costume. And
Right.
Hey, Steve, for your 40th birthday, invite the real team walker. He'll go. He's in St. Louis. He's looking for a buddy to bowl with.
At least the family will show up. They want to
And if you just heard that ball smack the wood, I am so sorry. It happened right as I turned my mic back on.
right?
But no, dude, I'm all about finding more St. Louis guys to bowl with. Hit me up.
I like it. I like it. Me and Brian are gonna have to meet at the halfway point at some point.
Yes, I was just going to say. I know we were talking about what's going on in Orlando soon.
So, outside of jams, which isn't until the end of August, there's the Sunshine Challenge, but it's TNBA. That's coming up in July, but I think that's mostly sold out. So we
Right.
would have to do like just some random person's tournament or something. I'll have to see.
I can look at like probably like Port St. Lucie, kind of up that coast where some of the smaller houses are. I know they do a lot of like random sweepers and stuff. I can try to
Yeah.
find something.
Okay, we'll have to do that because that'll be fun.
Yeah, I definitely like
The whole summer.
Hey, Brian,
Florida love.
Yeah.
we might have to go to Pittsburgh when you get up here to go bowl with Rex.
Oh, I mean, honestly, when I get up north, I'm not sure when I'm going to. I know I've got to be up there for a couple weeks to do some work, but I'm going to try to extend it a little bit so that I can do a little bit of traveling around while I'm in the Cincinnati area. So, but definitely want to link up with Swan because I know we've been talking about it. So I'm going to look into seeing what we can find. It's going to be kind of local. We can kind of meet up.
Yeah, that sounds good.
When you come back,
I was
up
saying
here,
when I go
Brian,
down to Mobile, Alabama to scout some potential new places to live, that's a short drive over to Jack's.
But when you come back up, we're gonna go to Walt's Saturday at 12 o'clock and do a sports shot.
Yeah, that's cool. Speaking of sports shot,
Oh, go
I
ahead. I'm
need
sorry.
to ask. I really do. How'd you like the bat?
You know what? It wasn't terrible. I've bowled on worse or harder sport shots, and I think what happened with that is a lot of like the really good bowlers that should have been there. They were at a regional, so we didn't have proper people breaking down the lanes.
Yeah.
There was a mix of young to old, and there was a lot of different styles, and I know the lanes weren't properly being broken down, and we were moving each pair. So there was a lot of weird carry down. None of the pairs played the same, so it was a guessing game. Each game, it literally took me 4 frames each game, which is why my scores were as low as they were.
Right.
I bowled 40 pins over my average, but it wasn't enough to cash because of the amount of handicap that was in the alley that day. So it was just, it is what it is.
It's hard to catch up to the handicap.
I think if I had the opportunity to practice on that a few more times, I could probably do decent on that pattern.
So, for those who probably don't know what you mean by breaking down the lanes, kind of explain that.
So, a lot of these sports shots, and this is how I am interpreting it, they need to be broken down a certain way. So, if everybody kind of carves out a path together and bowls a certain line together, it makes the shot easier for you to bowl and it makes it a little more predictable. But when you have, different styles of bowlers or plastic balls or urethane or whatever, and you're not all on the same page, it makes it a lot harder to bowl. And that goes not even just for sports shots, but for house shots too. Like I've seen people that literally would form a team and say, this is where we want to start because we want to follow this group of people. And they just would kill everybody because they all carved the line. And as they were following behind the people in front of them, they all just carved together and they just worked across the alley. I didn't know what they were doing at the time because I was very new. But once I started to figure out, like, man, these same people always bowl together and they always follow these people. I'm like, this is what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it really makes a difference because sometimes when you have weird carry down and you're throwing a line on a pair and then you move pairs and that no longer works for you, you literally are starting over trying to figure out where can I put my ball to have some kind of reaction down the lane.
Yeah. And honestly, I would say it's just a good advice overall, even people that are in house shots. Mm-hmm. If you see somebody that is hitting the pocket well and getting strikes and their shot is similar to yours, mm-hmm. look at what they're doing and follow that line. Yes. You'll a success every time. If you just think that, it's just not for you, why are they getting it better than you? You just need to watch what they're doing and try to follow that same line.
Yes.
Right. So my week consists of Bat Tuesday, Wolf Thursday.
Okay.
Purple Hammer is going to be used a little bit this week.
Yeah. I was
Pure Envy.
Use urethane more on Bat, but reactive was in play. Like I was shocked by that, so that was kind of cool.
What is Swan's urethane?
I have a Big Bro Burn Up LE urethane, and then there's also a Buffalo, but I don't have that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's probably my next add-on.
If you can find one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can find one. So. Okay, LaShonda, I see you, girl.
Not LaShonda.
Sorry, y'all. I got excited. I was like,
oh no. You just connected. I think today.
I got the honor of asking that ZVL bowler, the guy who does all the breakdowns and bowling arsenals and stuff. Mm-hmm. I asked him what I should use on Bat and Wolf, and he told me to use my Mania and my Pure Envy if I didn't use my urethane. So ASIM seems like it would be the play.
Yeah. Yeah, because I used my my urethane for a little bit. I went to the Ace for a little bit, and then I used the Black Dragon to finish out. And I had a look with all 3 of them. So I think it's really just going to be what's most comfortable for you.
Yeah. I'm an ASIM thrower more than anything.
Mhm.
I mean, that's mostly what everything I have. But I did get it's still ASIM characteristics, but I got a track stealth mode that's more symmetrical. But I'm a middle of the lane player, so I struggle sometimes in sports shots and some of house shots because of all the oil. But I use heavy oil balls, so. But past few weeks I've been doing pretty good. 296, 277. So I've been my line's there. So
I like it. I think my biggest issue is we just spent 36 weeks bowling on like the bare minimal of oil. And so now that I'm doing these tournaments and there's actually oil out there, I'm like, oh God, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So I've been struggling. Like this last week was kind of a struggle. So that's why I got to get into the lab tomorrow and figure some things out because, yeah.
I struggle in winter. I bowl better in the summer.
Yeah. And usually summer's okay for me, but I think it's just the lack of oil and now there being so much oil, I just got to find my place. Yeah.
We did Mark Roth Saturday and Thursday, and it kicked my butt. It's an easy pattern, but it's difficult at the same time. I can't explain it.
I got you.
He likes Mark 12.
No. I respect what he did, but F that guy.
Yeah. That is good. That's good stuff.
So, when you bowl, do you just vibe and just chill and talk, or do you stay hyper focused on the lanes?
I'm definitely a vibe. I'm locked in for the most part, but I feel like I multitask very well. So I enjoy the conversations, especially if I am bowling bad. It keeps me from going into that dark place of like, you're trash, you suck, all that. So if I can when my people are with me, it's a lot better than me just being out there by myself. So my chats, my lives are amazing. I have like the best following. So it definitely helps.
That's good.
Yeah.
See, I'm a hyper focused person, and the wife, she'll start talking to me, and I'll be like, hold on. And I'm sitting, she's like, you're ignoring me. I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm just trying to watch transition.
You said I bowl better when I'm being social. I really do. Like, and if it's not with the chat, it's the people around me because I bowl in like 5 different houses, so I know a little bit of everybody in each house. So there's always something going on. Like we bowled, where were we? I was at the String House on Friday, and it was just a hot mess. I don't know what was going on, but somebody yelled across the alley, "Ain't gonna be no 5-piece for you, Swan." And I was like, "Hey, leave me alone." There's always like something happening, you know. So I just go with the vibe. It is what it is.
I know.
I was going to say there was one live at some point last week where you were like, yeah, keep talking. I'm going to come over there. I'm like, ooh, somebody had to say something to really piss her off
But
if
you know what?
she's getting rowdy.
If you really like were there, you know it's a joke. Like there's this guy Rico, like we always go back and forth, and like people look at us and they think we're really about to fight. Like it's really bad because that's how we are. But in my mind, I'm just like, if I don't have this interaction right now, I'm gonna crash out. So let me have this interaction.
Just don't touch her camera.
Don't touch my camera. You know, I was so nice to that guy. Like I said, please don't touch my camera.
You said it multiple times.
What was his deal? And then he wouldn't move. He was shuffling a deck of cards, right? And everybody from the pair had already moved. So why are you still standing here? Like all of your stuff is gone. So when he reached up for my camera, I was like, "Hey, please don't touch my camera." And he was like, "Well, my camera was right here." I'm like, "Your camera's right there, but you're so into whatever it is you're doing, you don't know what's going on." And he was like, "Everybody's so nice around here," and I was like, "Bro, you don't know nice. Please don't." Please go to your
I was going to say, I had a guy who I was bowling in league with, I probably averaged 300 in games 1 and 2, and he was running his mouth all game 1 and 2. I said, all right, put $10 on game 3, and whooped him by 100 pins. I was like, don't get me mad, dude.
Yep, money will talk, and just please.
Well, Joel always says I look like I'm about to punch a baby when I'm coming off the approach when I bowl anyway. But that day I was legitimately like at my wit's end about to knock somebody out. And I'm like, all right, well, we're going to prove a point.
I have the worst tunnel vision when I come off the lanes. Like when I walk back, I don't see anything. So people will be like high-fiving me and I'm like, bro, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. It is not you. It is me. I promise you, I am not that person. I will high-five anybody. I'll high-five your mama. I don't care. But when I walk back, I don't see anything because I'm like still thinking about what just happened and what I need to do.
I'm the same exact way.
I didn't high-five them. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm like analyzing what I just threw, like to make sure that I did it again and again and again.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be rude to people
It's
by
all
any means, and I know I get the same thing. Oh, you missed them. They missed them. You didn't dab them. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm so sorry.
Right. A couple weeks ago, I missed somebody must be like 10 times in a row. And when I finally saw them, they were like, I've been trying to high five you all night. I was like, bro, I'm sorry. I promise you I didn't see you.
It's the worst.
I was going to say, he's looking at you like, Cat Williams, don't you know I can
I'm like,
see
I'm
you?
not trying to be rude.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But that's kind of like my time to lock in. So Cobra's, he's locked in the whole time. Me, I'm just, when I come back off the approach, that's it. And then I go socialize. So that's me.
I overthink, overanalyze. That's my issue.
I do that. And the chat tells me, they're like, stop thinking.
I've said that a couple times. Quit thinking and just throw the ball.
Yes. That's when it all comes back together. And I'm like, oh, I can bowl.
Or when you're trying to learn how to hook the ball a little bit, I'm like, Swan, get underneath it and loft it a little bit. And then she rattles off a 4-piece.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna go live. I'll think about it.
Well, you know, if you do,
Listen here, Tom.
Well, she listened to me that day because she knows that's my A game. So she's like, if this is what you're best at, what do you do that I'm not doing?
Yes. Oh, I like that. Take a lap. Yeah. If I take a lap, I may not come back. So I'll just go back to the camera.
My lap usually ends at the bar, so we don't take laps anymore.
No, we have a TSA no flight risk policy. Don't wander. Bree's a social butterfly. She'll be talking to everybody.
Then I'll be like, it's your turn. Please go.
I have 2 in my league that I bowl with on 2 nights that I like. You say, bro, it's your turn. Don't tell me when I need to go.
Right.
What?
That's crazy. Like, please go when it's your time to go. That's all
They're
we
like,
ask.
why are we always the last ones out of here? I'm like, you.
Every time. It is your fault.
But
Yes.
My pet peeve is slow approach people. All they're doing is throwing it straight down the middle. They got
I've got an entire series of videos coming with those. Me and Brian already talked about it.
And they take forever. They're dialing their shot. They're lining up, and you're just sitting there like, man, I've got 8 straight strikes. You are choking me out. Let's go.
Yes. Yeah. Ooh,
I think they should implement the shot clock in leagues.
they do. Really. They really do.
Oh, dude, we had somebody at the Bowlers Journal. Their pre-shot routine took every bit of 35, 45 seconds.
With the tiny tinies. It's actually showing it today.
like after they picked up ball and they were on the approach, it took 45 seconds.
Yes. Picked up the ball, they're on the approach, and it's like, okay,
That's insane.
any day now. And he balked like 2 or 3 times and had to start over.
Oh my god.
You just deflated my whole.
Wow.
And as much as I give people crap about balking, like I'll throw the yellow flag, false start on the offense. I wish I could balk because there are some situations where I know I should have, and I'm just like, throw it anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I'm guilty as well. I see something and I'm like, I should have stopped, and I still went through the shot, and I had the time to actually pull up. I'm definitely guilty of that.
Well, I choked a 300 yesterday the same way because the person to the left, person to the right were both holding their balls, and I'm like, well, you two might as well go because you can go at the same time. And I had to reset my mind, and it was all downhill from there. I was like, I should just grab the ball and went.
Oh my god.
Have you gotten a 300 yet, Swan?
I have one unsanctioned, but it was at the Jams tournament last year, and I am the only female bowler to have ever shot a 300 at the Jams.
That's awesome.
That was really cool. I've had a couple of close calls. The first time I ever cussed on my live, I was going for 300.
No.
I freaked out, and I was like, I said that, and it wasn't until I went back and watched the video that I was like, oh, I did cuss. I did not know.
I don't fault you.
So
is that what really got you addicted to going live?
Huh?
Is that what got you addicted to going live? You're like, I just smashed that game and I was on live?
No, not even, because I started with the Sunshine Challenge when I started, going live. So that was...
All right, so you were going live a little bit before that? Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Because I was doing Facebook Live before I did TikTok. But, Facebook is just not...
See, I was doing Twitch before I came back to TikTok.
I don't even have Twitch.
I don't know either one of what you're talking about. I mean, I have Facebook. Didn't do live. Twitch, no idea.
Yeah.
It's a streaming platform, but mostly gamers are on it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bring IRL content here. I'm going to put my bowling stuff here. And I was getting like 4 or 5 viewers a league night. And I'm like, yep, nope. Going back to TikTok.
Yeah. It's just way better. The interactions on TikTok are way better.
There's a lot more support on TikTok.
And I think that's part of it. Like, my TikTok is so curated to just the bowling community that it is what it is. Facebook is a lot of people from school and family, and they don't care about bowling, but at least with TikTok, people actually want to watch you bowl.
Do you know how many Facebook followers that I have that follow my TikTok?
Yeah, that's where, like, a lot of mine, as of recently, I've gotten because of TikTok. So I started plugging my Facebook into my videos so people could find me.
Yeah, I'm posting everything on Facebook that I'm doing on TikTok. Mm-hmm. I have like 3 followers, and I have a ton of people I went to school with.
Yeah.
I kind of got away from Facebook.
Out of randos.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying, Kobe?
No, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, you're good. You're good.
But I kind of discontinued Facebook during 2016 to 2020 because it just got too divisive and too political. I didn't want nothing to do with it. So it was tearing families apart. It was creating so many issues. I said, this isn't it. I got to get away from it.
Do you use Instagram a lot or no?
I cross post on Instagram and YouTube. So on Instagram and YouTube, they're both Read Bowling 904. It's a shared bowling account, but I'm the only one that posts on it. And then my Facebook is just Alana Reed, and then of course Black Swan on TikTok. But I cross post all my stuff. That's why Facebook doesn't monetize me anymore, because they said my content is not original because they find my content on other platforms. So, yeah, thank you, Facebook. Appreciate you.
Good old meta for you.
Yeah, I'm like, it's literally me. It's what? But okay.
Jerry's spot on with that comment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, Jerry. That's a real.
Yeah, I mean, well said.
It's so true.
Keyboard warriors at their finest.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's true. It's honest.
Yeah.
Only thing I don't like about TikTok, it is getting way too controlled now.
There's a lot of censorship happening. Yeah.
I mean, because
For keywords.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Our algorithms, they don't share nothing that we used to watch. All them old creators are gone. Every time you see something that strikes your interest, you accidentally scroll and you go back, it's gone. You can't hardly send anything in chat without it saying, "Oh, this is flagged." I mean, there's a lot of shady
I was
stuff.
going to say there's a lot of things where I'm like, I would love to comment something on this, but I know TikTok's going to flag it, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Yes.
Right.
And then there's just really innocent things that you post, and they just assume it's bad. I'm like, what is happening? Like I said, this shot was fire, and they were like, fire. No, maybe not.
Oh, my second live stream ever, I got flagged for hate speech when I was talking to myself.
Tears rolling down her
Crazy.
I mean,
Because you know myself talk when I get frustrated, Swan. That got flagged, and I'm like, I was talking to myself. I wasn't talking to anybody else.
I think I saw somebody else. They showed me the screenshot, and it basically said, if you need like mental health or
The other day,
like call blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my lord.
I told someone in chat, I said, I hope this workday goes by quickly. And it was like, if you need some help with your mental health. And I was like, bro, what? I'm just ready to get off of work. What is happening right now?
I mean, I guess we're all that soft now.
That's wild. Jaden, who's muted?
you might need to turn your sound up. Oh, I guess he couldn't hear us.
I saw like, we can't all be muted.
No, the
I
only
have to
person that's
restart
muted
that.
right now is me.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I got flagged.
Oh no, I
A month.
reposted it. Somebody said it wasn't fire that got flagged. It was shot because I said your shot was fire, and I put the fire emoji, and it took it that time. So it was definitely the word fire. TikTok,
Yeah.
some other stuff.
Well, I got flagged because I quoted something my grandpa used to say to me when I was a kid, and he would be like, "Oh, you're pretty ugly, and pretty apt to stay that way." That was his way of playing around with you.
I
And
actually go ahead. Sorry.
it flagged me. It was talking about disabling my account. I'm like, what the heck? I was bullying myself.
I just got flagged for a comment I made on Jerry's one of his posts, and I appealed it, and they said, "Oh yeah, everything's been restored." I went right back to see if they restored the comment. No.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm like, just to check, just like, oh okay, no. And there was nothing wrong with it. I mean,
I got flagged
AI
for the word gross. So I mean, I don't know what TikTok's doing, but
AI is going to be very dangerous here soon.
it is.
I found out you can't say deadwood.
Oh gosh.
I left a deadwood.
Oh my gosh. That's
Flag.
wild.
But you could say pickle problems.
Yes.
Can't say.
I left a pickle in the gutter. That's it,
All right, we're getting way off topic.
Oh wow, that could have gone wrong.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say with me being as muted as I am, anytime you guys are ready to start wrapping up, just say something and we can start doing the wrap because I know it's getting late for y'all on the East Coast.
And at the same time,
No, it's only 9:24 here, but I'm an hour. I'm an hour.
10:30 is like early for me, so
10:30. I'm usually like half sleep. So y'all.
That's what I was saying. We got a teacher here that's used to being asleep by now.
Right. Now hit me in like another week or two, and I'd be all game.
Is
You
there
guys
any
still in
final
school then?
question that anyone wants to throw out for Swan before we get off?
Yeah. Questions for me.
And yes,
I got one. Did you imagine you would progress this far?
As far as bowling goes, or TikTok?
Both. Why not?
Bowling, kind of. I never had goals as far as like being on staff with anybody, so that was cool. But I've always just wanted to be better, and that's with anything that I've ever done. So that, yes. TikTok, no. Like, I didn't come on here to like get a following. I just was posting my videos and going live and sharing content. Like, it was never supposed to be like this huge thing, and now it kind of is. So it's kind of cool.
Like I said, when I first started coming into your lives, I'm like, I want to be Swan when I grow up.
Your lives are always entertaining, Steve. Always. Always.
Yeah, but now I got to start putting actual video content to go with my lives because my lives aren't growing me as fast as I'd like. So it's content with the lives.
So why did you choose swag?
All right, so everybody asked me that question. It's kind of funny. Not funny, but whatever. So somebody had reached out to me when it was still California bowling, like early in my TikTok thing. And I didn't know what it was. I was like, I'm not in California. Why would I do a California-based thing? Not realizing that was the name of the company. So when I was with this group of people, Patrick Roper had reached out to me and was like, hey, you should check out Swag. So he talked to me about it, and I ended up getting some balls, and I did an advisory contract with Swag, and I absolutely fell in love. It was like the first time that I really like picked up a ball and was like, hey, this really works for me. And I've bowled everybody's company. I've done them all. So I just stuck with it. And before I knew it, like my average was going up. I shot my first 300 game. I shot my first 700 series. Like a lot of things happened within the first year of me joining Swag. And so it's been good to me. So I love it.
So
I was gonna say, I think Pat is like the origin story for a lot of us.
Talk to you about Swag all day. All day.
well, it's good that he believes in the product that much.
He really does.
I have to admit, because I'm not. I throw Brunswick. My family throws Storm, but the swag community, they are more family friendly than most of them.
Yes.
They're opening, they're inviting, and they're warming, and I will give that to them.
Yeah.
I do have a swag ball. I'm not having any luck with it. It's just not a ball for me. So I try. Out of respect, I don't talk bad about it because I do follow so many swag people, and I don't want to disrespect them in any way. But it is an older ball. It's the Swag Ace,
Okay.
and I don't have any luck with it. I mean, I'm just now getting it to barely move right at the pocket, and it could be drilled wrong, but that's just me. So I try not to talk bad about it. But I do have to admit, family friendly and warming, and I do like what Swag is doing with their personnel, is what I want to say.
I was to say, I think you get an Unreal in your hand, you'd really like it.
Either that or the Dragon, honestly, with this style.
Well, and he does match up with the Widows, and that's the most Widow thing they have in the lineup.
Right.
And I have the Ace, and I've shot a 700 with it, but I don't use it that much because it does. You really have to know what you're doing with it to make it work. So I,
He's a higher rev.
yeah,
But
everything, you know, like I don't know. I don't have any revs, so I just make whatever work.
well, right. I mean, that's what we all do.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah.
I'm a high rev, probably mid range speed. So I don't think there's something that me and this ball are not clicking with, and it's because I haven't figured the ball out enough to know what to do with it. And when you've got 15 balls, it's hard to make time for one ball.
Yep.
That sounds like a you problem, bro.
No, I understand that. I've got a lot.
Now, I'll ask this question because it's more like it lines up with me. Is there like a facility that is like a bucket list facility for you that you want to bowl at?
No, I'll bowl anywhere. I don't have one.
Yeah, my bucket list is the bowling stadium in Reno, and I get to do that next year at Nationals.
I have no desire to bowl in Vegas, and people are always asking me to go, and I'm like,
I was going to ask if you're going to go.
I'm so good on that. I did want to go to Louisiana, but the team that I was supposed to be bowling with fell apart, and that was the whole thing, and so I just didn't get to go. But when it's back down this way, I do want to go and do that at least one time, so I can say I did Nationals.
South Carolina, 2 years.
I saw that. Yeah, I'll probably do that for sure.
All right. Well, I guess I have to wait for 2 years. But I'm definitely doing Reno next year. I'm already signed up. Already paid. Gonna set my room this next week.
Nice.
Well, Reno for me is all about Kingpin. You know, that's where Kingpin finished up, and it's like, okay, that's like the coolest thing I've ever seen. I want to bowl there.
I have a Rose Bowl. I have to go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time tonight.
Of course.
I can't thank you enough for coming on.
Of course, you guys.
Steve, you want to?
Yes, it was absolutely awesome. It was worth the wait. We've got to have you on again.
Maybe I'll have accomplished more things by the time y'all see me again.
Clover?
I think you've accomplished a lot. Keep grinding. I enjoy watching your content. I hope we all continue to grow and be humble.
I appreciate you. Yeah, that's awesome.
And as for myself, I want to thank you again for coming on. We appreciate all the time. And everyone, help bowlers grow.
Yes.
Support each other in the bowling community, and keep throwing the rock.
Yes.
Until then, see you guys.
I would say there is no last time. So, until the next time.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Love.
All right.